The coronavirus pandemic is an indicator of where we are as a society and our state of consciousness. From a psychological and sociological perspective, it's very fascinating to analyse. It shows that, despite technological advances, we as human beings are still vulnerable creatures. Our industrial and technological comfort might have been a curse rather than a blessing, because it makes us too accustomed to everyday privileges that we relied on too much, taking our own freedom for granted, such as going outside or meeting with friends. COVID-19 might be a wake-up call, a blessing in disguise. Uncertainty is an inevitable part of life, with or without coronavirus. But how do we deal with that uncertainty? Do we help one another, especially those who are most vulnerable? Or do we behave selfishly, taking what another person may need more than us? This situation highlights the best of us and the worst of us. See, in times of desperation, our true character emerges. You can see which of us are greedy and selfish, and which of us are compassionate and generous. Let's look at this from a more logical perspective. Take the necessary precautions, wash your hands, social distancing, and be mindful of health. But do not fear or panic about what might happen. Worrying won't change anything. It won't change what is already predetermined. So the best thing to do is enjoy this wonderful life and live in the present moment. Alan Watts said, "The only way to make sense of change is to plunge into it, move with it, dance with it." I want to emphasize my point. Yes, we should do what we can to minimize risk, but in doing so, we should also accept what is happening. Everything happens for a reason, and everything is exactly as it should be. The universe does not make mistakes. This crisis is neither good nor bad. It is whatever you choose it to be. We are witnessing a universal evolution, not only of humanity, but of the entire planet. We must accept this natural change. The evolutionary process marks the end of many things and the beginning of many more. I just want to give an optimistic point of view on this whole thing. I believe there is a silver lining to every situation. This could bring unity to the world as we overcome it together. Just as world war against other members of our own species led to major technological changes, this war against the coronavirus might lead to major social change. This may be the end of ego worship and capitalist greed, which has long been destroying nature, which is now taking revenge, so let's take this as a warning. We may see a reduction in racial discrimination and social division. Let's stop fearing uncertainty and instead work together to create unity. Let's take this as an opportunity to be grateful for the things in our life, big and small, our families and one another. We can get through this by working together as one global community.